Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back everybody. So it's Friday already, and well, we're still keep going with our analysis on euro currency, watching for a deeper retracement. So on the daily chart, actually, we have no big changes. And mostly we said that the setup that we discussed even in the beginning of the week, even on the weekend, previous week, still valid. And actually, guys, when I was making the video on the Bitcoin market yesterday, after I have prepared the euro currency and the gold, and well, this was some performance that suggests that indeed this maybe deep retracement might happen. So because if we'll take a look at that's our recent report, recent analysis of the Bitcoin, we do not see the same performance anywhere. So on any currency, but on the Bitcoin we see clear acceleration down that has happened right in last trading session. It's recently. So it might be that early sign that the currencies also might follow the Bitcoin, as it indicates some dollar strength in the nearest term. This is what we have here on the cryptocurrencies. On Great British Pound, by the way, it's also interesting trading setup. So if we take a look at the daily chart, we already talked about this actually, but we're not considering the on the Great British Pound too often. Still, take a look, we have thrusting upward action. And here's the top of the double repo cell. Initial drop was gradual, close below 3x3, close above, creating the new top, so forming some washing rings, and that collapse is indication of some bearish capitulation. So market was not able to stay above it and just dropped. All the stuff is going around weekly resistance area. So we talked about this on the weekly chart. 24.53 is a weekly resistance. Here some divergence also is forming, but it's a bit early to speak about the divergences. You can see MACD is still bullish here. Market also is overbought. So theoretically, we have here some kind of the bearish stretch pattern by the chart Napoli, and the forming of the double repo cell suggests that we could get deeper action. So usually double repo has at least a 50% target of the whole thrusting action. On the Great British Pound, it should be around 121 approximately, if it goes well, as we're suggesting. So anyway, whatever will happen here, these are actually a combination of the potentially bearish pattern, also by the indirect analysis relative on the cross-market analysis tells that on the euro currency at some degree probably should happen something the same. So maybe we will not get a strong downside action as on the cable, for example, because it has still some different in fundamental background. But at some degree, euro currency could follow other markets. Besides, on the daily chart, you can see the trend stands bearish already. On the long with same frames, take a look what we have on the 4-hour time frame chart. All these grabbers that we have mentioned has worked. So actually, market was able to climb above these tops. So as we said, despite we have a lot of grabbers, all of them have mostly the same target. Market should move slightly above this area, and that has happened actually. So you can see with this performance has happened. And once again, guys, by this performance that you can see here, you could understand why we very often talk about possible splitting of the position, scaling in, because just imagine how difficult trying to catch the right place for position taking in all this mess. It's much easier to just get the position if you'd like to go short than just watching what will happen. In any upward action here, you could add more and become with your position, getting average very nice entry price somewhere around 109.75, 109.70 right there. So it's much easier to do and brings not as much problems. The tricky moment here exists with the one thing that actually right now this candle is also the bullish grabber and it is not erased yet, although I think that it doesn't have many chances to succeed. This market should create action above it, or maybe it's already has been done. But anyway, with this performance to the downside, I suppose that probably this is some kind of the starting of the downward continuation theoretically. So because on the lower time frame and hourly chart, take a look what has happened. The ABCD pattern that we have suggested is completed. We actually have some kind of the guardrails typical to sell pattern. Market dropping lower. With this pennant, that also could be treated as a fake upward breakout, which suggests downward continuation here. And well, with the cross market analysis, when the performance here, you could see that any downside action looks stronger than any attempt to compensate this drop by the price. So it was choppy and heavy. So market has really difficult to move in an opposite direction. Once it could climb somewhere to some level, its sell-off is once again becoming strong. Based on this picture, well, it seems that indeed we are currently maybe going lower. So to the major target that we have on the daily chart, it's around 150, 160. Actually, on hourly chart, this ABCD pattern has a bit lower target, so it's around 130, 33. So we will see. But in the current situation with this performance, well, personally, I wouldn't consider taking the long position here at this point. So that's actually what we have. Let's keep watching. If you were trying to participate, would like to trade Great British Pound, double repo pattern, you also could try to do this because, well, it brings very small potential risk. So you need to place stop slightly above the tops. I know that the budget Napoli, you have to place it just above the 618 level of this most recent downward action. But in the current circumstances, since we have overbought, we have the weekly level, I think that it would be better to place it above it, because here you definitely will get the signs of the failure. Theoretically, you also could consider this one if you do not like the euro currency, because mostly I suppose that if downside action starts, this will go together as on the Great British Pound as on the euro currency. So let's see what will happen.